Wesley's played really good chess. He just also has played Magnus Carlsen. And that's probably the right strategy. Like, why take another 3 minutes off the clock? Psychologically abusing yourself because you're in a bad position. And two, look at the countdown clock. You just got below 50 minutes for the first time today, right? 48 minutes plus. You got to get a dub or two here in the 5-minute portion, Danya.
And this is what Wesley was doing to Alireza in their match, right? This is exactly what started happening, except Alireza is amazing, but Magnus is Magnus, right? If you go down 5 points against him, there's zero guarantees that he takes his foot off the gas pedal. Most people, they do subconsciously relax. Magnus is almost the other way around. I think Wesley is like that as well, generally speaking. But you get into a big deficit against Carlsen, and zero guarantees that he's going to give you a single chance throughout the rest of the match.
Yeah. Yep. It can be ruthless. It can be brutal. Wesley is amazing. Agreed, chat. Sorry, go ahead.
No. Go ahead. Agreed town population.
Just agreed.
Rui Lopez, where Wesley has deployed his bishop to a7, much like you do in the Italian. And this position looks much more like an Italian than a Rui Lopez. Recently, we have had a lot of lines that end up transposing from the two openings. And I actually think we do have a direct transposition into a line of the Italian.
Yeah, and again, that can often happen in Rui Lopez when Black brings the bishop to c5 versus the, I guess, slightly more traditional square on e7, the archangel development of the dark square bishop. You can have this same structure in a lot of Rui Lopez's for Black, everyone, but that bishop is over here. So this is an interesting change, gets us in an Italian, where Black kind of hopes for some long-term play, where that bishop is a sneaky kind of spying ninja in the long game.
And c5 poses serious problems right in the center, because if you go d5, then Black often pushes c4 and reopens the diagonal for the bishop. Magnus takes a different approach and keeps the tension in the center, tossing the ball back into Wesley's court. Now Wesley has to decide, okay, am I keeping the tension, or am I trading one more time on d4 and then applying pressure on the e4 pawn as a result? I think it's in Wesley's style to keep the tension with a move like bishop to b7, and then maybe rook c8, just trying to put some heat on the queen side.
Yep.
Or rook e8.
Shout out to chat. Tyler 1 is coming from Magnus. Your days at number 1 are numbered. Tyler 1. LOL. Insert League of Legends degrading comment by me. I'm just kidding. We love Tyler 1. We love his chess even more than we love League of Legends. Bishop b7 is played. Here comes rook to c8, as you said. The structure changing means that white has the most obvious target on the board, which is the isolated d6 pawn. But often Black will get a lot of pressure against e4 as well, although in this particular one, I'm really liking Magnus's chances to go after this pawn in a hurry.
Yeah, this...
was the best move there. All right. A4, bishop d7. This is instructive to get all your pieces in the game, though, and I also just still feel like this position is just so hard for black to play. You can't challenge the open file. There are looming tactics everywhere.
Okay, but this is not going in Magnus's direction, because now, Danny, rook 8, d8. Okay, the knight can sink its teeth into d3. Then you can put a rook on d8, and the d6 pawn could very well turn from a strength to a weakness. Maybe it already has.
Okay. All right, yeah, Magnus did let this slip. We'll see if Wesley can convert. He's also up on the clock, as you already said.
Okay, now rook d8, and Wesley's making strides here. g6 f5 is an idea to connect your pawn chain on the king side. Hard for white to make progress with that bishop on b5 so well cemented by the pawn on a6.
Yeah, that's a really good point, protecting each other. The a-pawn keeps the rook out of the file, and it protects the bishop to hold down the center light squares, so this is okay, Magnus down under 10 seconds. This is possibly Wesley's chance to strike.
Absolutely his chance to strike. He's going to strike with f7, f5, and then I think Magnus wants to involve that e3 knight and maybe bring it over to c4 and over to a5. So it's not like black is out of danger, but if Wesley treads carefully, then he should be in the driver's seat here as he brings his knight back and was threatening the fork on b3.
Yeah.
Now maybe rook f7 or something like that.
Rook f7. I was wondering if we could go after putting pressure on the pawn just to keep those pieces stuck and maybe threaten to take. But, okay, rook f7 maybe safer.
Well, it threatens rook takes c7.
Rook f7 threatens rook takes c7. Yeah. Okay, he goes for the move I was saying, but your move was better, rook f7. He takes back, the d6 pawn is getting closer to falling.
Okay, rook, where does it go? Rook e6 walks into knight c7. We could get a repetition of moves here, knight c7 back to d5. But Wesley playing for a win. And I think he has to go back to f6. I don't think... Oh, he goes to the king. And that looks really risky to my eyes.
You can't even take d6 in the end. White wins the piece back with rook e6 check. I wonder if he wondered that.
And you look at Magnus's pawn. c5 is coming, and he's going to have connected passers. Oh, no. And he's
better than one, and you're losing to the fork. Wesley throws his hand. Oh, man. Not your traditional Magnus measurement yardstick tool